Hello, fellow mariners. Welcome back to Cape Harmony on the Mountain Tabor map from Map Pack number 1. In episode 3, we took a closer look at this area here, Harmony Heights. At this point, I was still working on Harmony Heights, and like I mentioned, you can check out episode 3 if you want to see the finalized area in more detail. In this episode, I'd like to work in this area here, Harmony Point, which we're going to define by the walking and biking path on the left, the metro line, and the coast up and around back to here. As far as the transit goes, I'm thinking another metro station somewhere in this area here. The tram line running along Cape Harmony Boulevard will connect with the metro station and loop back onto itself. I'd also like another tram line that runs from the metro park and ride up here across the water, down through like a neighborhood community center somewhere around here, through some high density apartments, to the new metro and down into the next area, which will be Harmony Shores. I'm going to extend the BRT line up to the new metro. I'm thinking 3 or 4 unique buildings around the metro station for our commercial, then some office for some jobs and block the noise, and finally high-density residential, following that transit-oriented development strategy. Along the coast, I'm going to have light-density residential with some office along the boulevard. That's the plan. Let's hop to it. The metro station is in, along with the Mall of Moderation and Old Market Street. Some of the road layout is also in. Neighborhood community center is coming along, and the dedicated biking and walking is in and detailed really nicely. Now about half of the zoning is in. Mix of European suburbia, light density residential, along the water with some high density European up to Cape Harmony Boulevard. Filling in the areas around the metro station and working our way up towards the bay. Also, the tram line is in and running up to the park and ride. I present to you Harmony Point. This city has been focusing on transit and transit-oriented development, so let's evaluate that in this area here. A nice little transit hub around the metro with 2 tram lines, metro and BRT line all intersecting and mixing with each other. Ferry isn't too far away, connected with some biking. We have the Robotics Institute, Old Market Street, Mall of Moderation, with some parking, and television station. Now for the zoning. Mostly office around the station due to the noise. And as we get away from the station, you can see some of the high-density residential creeping in along the tram line. A lot of high-density residential as the tram line moves north, as well as along the BRT line. The tram line runs through these 2 high-density apartment complexes up to the community center with 4 unique buildings, a few leisure areas, then cutting through the neighborhood across the water on a pedestrian bridge tying into the park and ride. This area has the regional rail, metro, regional bus, ferry, tram, biking, and walking. So tons of access to the city from this area. I placed a bike path along the coast with some beautiful palm trees. It looks great, but unfortunately it isn't being used as much as I'd hoped. Some more biking from the ferry here. There's a lot of spots where I used the trick to get the path underneath the decorative tiles. Do you see him biking on it? It looks awesome and I'm loving it. We have this pedestrian bridge across the bay here allowing people to bike and walk across, as well as giving better connectivity for services to move between West Harmony and Harmony Point. I also have the bus over here on this beautiful bluestone walking path along the water, which connects to the ferry. All of this will eventually connect with a visitor center that will have some unique buildings and some leisure items. Let's take a quick look at the ferry system. It pinballs back and forth as it works its way through the waterway. You can see we have two buses looping through Harmony Point and tram line running straight through. I also made the boulevard nice and windy to make it longer and less convenient compared to the tram line that just runs straight through. I utilized the pedestrian streets to give the bus, bikers, walkers, and services shortcut through the area while blocking regular traffic, which is working out really nicely. A few of the unique buildings from the Seaside Resorts CCP around the community center. They come in different shades, so I blew them up a few times until I got them all to be this red color. A nice plaza in the center, a few financial buildings, all of which are on some nice cobblestone pedestrian streets. The tax office is acting like a community center building. Most of this area is light density, mixes of self-sufficient, mid-century modern, and regular district styles. A few splashes of height with the heart of Korea, like this spot here. A few high-density apartment complexes on pedestrian streets, like this self-sufficient spot here. A nice school paired with a small park, dirt paths that are really nicely lit. We'll see some of that at the end during the night tour. A nice high school with some detailing in the front and beautiful brick paths around it. On this side we have a bunch of European suburbia, large lots in the front with fencing, then smaller 2x2 and 2x3 lots as we get closer to the high-density European along the BRT line. Another spot where we have the path under the decorative tiles. I think it looks absolutely amazing, and a game changer for me at least. A magnificent biking and walking path that would rival Amsterdam. Let's take a walk for a closer look. Along the path we have beautiful trees and lighting that we'll see at night. Parklight DLC stuff snapped to the paths. Holy smokes, a ton of people at the gazebo. That's looking great. Cool shot of the bus going over the bridge. The BRT line looks great. And holy smokes, is this thing a workhorse. It's moving so many people, I'm just blown away. Almost rivaling train. I mean, it's moving like 1,100 people a week. And the funny thing is, it's not even fully built. We still have almost half left, headed towards Harmony Cove. We have a lot of zoning to go, and I'm pumped to see how it turns out. It looks great cutting through the high-density European buildings. These office buildings look great and blend in real nicely with the old Market Street building, then a few of the financial buildings. Then in here we have biking and walking underneath the decorative tile, and it just looks great. Let's jump down here real quick. Now mind the bridge. Unfortunately the pillars are a bit in the way, but aside from that, super cool. A bit more high-density European. A bit more high-density European. Another spot where they're walking on the tiles. I keep saying it, I'm just loving it. This is awesome. One of the apartment complexes on pedestrian streets, 3x2 level 2 buildings with nice decorative tiles. I had this weird triangle shape, so I placed a few fountains and food stands for a nice spot to sit and eat while you're waiting for the tram. Here we have this 2x2 level 3 apartment complex on a pedestrian street with some nice park life stuff in the middle. It's just tricky getting the painting to work, but it can be done with some patience. Over here we have some 3x3 level 4 nice tall buildings, giving height to the area, sharing a pedestrian area with these lower 3x3 level 1 buildings. Tram cuts through the center and a pedestrian street with bus runs along the side. Some really nice decoration with some flower beds and lighting along the bus line. Same thing with the tram line, some nice trees and lights that we could take a look at during the nighttime. That's Harmony Point during the day. I'm really happy with this area. It turned out really nice. I'll check back with you in a few minutes at night. Let's dive down into this brilliantly lit area along the tram line and these 3x2 level 2 apartment buildings. Looking really bright and lively. I like the extra lighting and trees bordering the line. Nice bright tiles between the tall buildings. We work our way up to the community center. I really like the extra lighting around the park and dirt paths. The biking pops with the added lights. Some nice paths between the buildings. I don't know, I just love seeing them walk and bike on these tiles. It's just awesome. The walking and biking highway looks breathtaking at night. I wish I had this where I live. It's just awesome. Sometimes this game gives me some frustrations, especially the limitations we have on console, but right now I'm just falling in love with it. Now I just like to take a minute or two, take a look at the BRT line. The detailing just makes such a difference. It's definitely well worth the effort. These super awesome bus stops are just amazing. Well, that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you really enjoyed the video. And if you did, leave a like and subscribe to help me out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, happy building.